Hey, it's Dr. 𝗟𝗓𝗏. Welcome to this week's Spiritual Medicine Digest. And if you are new to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell if there is one, so you can get an alert every time I do a new video. And if you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody you care about. This week's topic for the Spiritual Medicine Digest is reimagining reality. Now, it's not exactly what you may think it is. So let me back up a little bit. The topic came because I was doing a client session and we were noticing some significant destabilization of her resonant energy field, especially while asleep, but definitely while awake. Now, while awake, while we can do stillness, I like to do stillness through observing internal movement. That's kind of like my go-to to go into the 0 point field, and a great way to restabilize ourselves. It's very interesting that this destabilization was happening. So last week I talked about some reverse polarity that some people were having, and it was less so this week, but interestingly enough, people were having some symptoms related to cough, cold, flu, phlegm, that kind of thing. Now, there may have been other symptoms like pain or insomnia, but the ones I've been hearing about have to do with cough, phlegm, nasal congestion, things like that. Now, those are actually symptoms of healing, although at the time when you have them, you don't really feel like you're healing, right? You feel like, I'm sick, I'm sick. It's not a great idea to attach ourselves to the notion that when we get those symptoms that we're sick. So the universe listens to us, you know what I mean? So if you can imagine that when you have those symptoms, you're actually healing. Those are healing symptoms. Those are what some people used to call healing crises, although let's not use the word crises either. So healing symptoms. And when we talk about this reimagining, this is what was happening to all living beings in the entire Infiniverse. That each of us has different types of bodies, if you will. I call them physical, mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual, and dimensional bodies. And other systems, they don't have that many variations, but there is definitely something called the dimensional body. Now, I had no idea what this meant, except that I was kind of like taking notes from source, kind of dictation, like, okay, what am I healing now? Over the years, and found out there was such a thing as a dimensional body. So I would just do my healing and voila, things would get better and would work. And so I just documented all these things in the TOLPAKAN healing method that I teach and love so much. The dimensional body of all living beings was reimagining. And I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know. There's a lot of times I get these messages from source and I'm like, logic mind's like, I don't get it. Right? In here, in the heart, the gut, it's sort of like, I get it. But it's a little difficult to explain, like, in words. I'll do my best. I also got that all of humanity was reimagining itself as well. Now, it's not that we are consciously going, okay, I'm going to imagine what the future looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like. Not that kind of imagination. It's sort of like the one being that we are all part of, that we are all fractals of, is in totality of all of us reimagining reality. Now, I think that's probably a good thing because there are definitely certain things in our reality that I'm like, okay, I'm kind of done with that. Like I'm sure you probably feel the same way. Okay, I'm done with that old stuff. Come on, let's get to the fun stuff, right? Somebody once told me a long time ago, or asked me a long time ago, they said, look, Dr. 𝗟𝗓𝗏, what if there's nothing else to heal? What if you, clear and heal all the entities in the entire world, and what if there were never any negative things to heal? You'd be out of a job. And I said, that'd be awesome. And the person was like, huh? They weren't expecting me to say that. I'm like, yes, I'm very open to reimagining my career moment to moment based on what is required. And I have trust and faith that I don't need to be doing what I'm doing right now if it's not required. Here's the cool thing, is that new reality where there is less or no polarity or less or no contrast of things that we do not wish to experience, what can we do then? We can create. We can create maybe fantastical things. Maybe we can spend our time, instead of trudging 9 to 5, not that I do that, but trudging 9 to 5 at a job we hate, or not having enough money or funds or resources to pay for the healing services we would like to experience, or the vacations or the travel we'd like to experience, right? Maybe we'd be doing all of that. Maybe we would have a really sacred economy where we're each contributing, versus like just this whole consumption thing, right? Where we're contributing to the greater whole, and everyone would have a roof over their heads, everyone would have clothing, everyone would get to do what they've always wanted to do or desired to do. So maybe you want to learn how to speak Italian. Maybe somebody else wants to learn telekinesis. Maybe somebody else wants to practice remote viewing, or go to a workshop on seeing through a blindfold. That's on my to-do list. Haven't made time for it yet, but it's on my to-do list. So there's so many things that we can create in the world. How about buildings made of crystal? I know that sounds kind of funny in this world right now, but let's just say that some of us are from places where that is real. So we can create. It doesn't have to be always healing negative things, not in the future. Now that I know that's a very 3D way of reimagining reality. I'm just giving you an example of literally like the world as we know it can change drastically. Now, for us, maybe it requires a little bit of slow time to get to that part. Some of us are like, yesterday would be nice, right? But for the majority of people, that might be a little too fast. So dimensionally, energetically, if you will, or non-physically, there is this major shift that happened this week, that literally all of reality is reimagined to be something else. By the one, by us, by God, however you want to, say. That being said, sometimes we get a little destabilized. Sometimes those detoxification or healing symptoms last a little longer than we would like, right? There are some practical 3D things you can do to help support your physical body while you're going through that detoxification or healing response or reaction. Number one, definitely hydrate. So the purer the water, the better. And if you happen to have an Ascension 3 silicone bracelet, you can put it around your water bottle, like I have all around mine, or, Ascension 3 jewelry piece. You can go ahead and direct the energies to the water that you wish to drink. Most people adults will require about 64 to 77 ounces of pure water a day. Some people feel that it's half your body weight in pounds. So if you are, say, 100 pounds, that'd be 50 ounces, right? If you're 150 pounds, that'd be 75 ounces. Beyond 2 liters probably might be too much unless you're in a very hot area. The other thing too is salt. Salt has been demonized in our society, but it's actually vitally important, and there are more people that are salt deficient than that excess salt. And the quality of salt is important. So table salt is, let's just say, toxic. And if you use Himalayan crystal salt or unrefined Celtic sea salt or some of the other fancier, expensive salts that are unrefined, that is full of amazing minerals. That would be really good. And in fact, if you have sugar cravings, that's a little tip, is make sure you have enough quality salt in your diet and you will have less sugar cravings. I've actually been testing this over the last couple of weeks because I was kind of getting into the bread and dessert stuff, which is not my thing. Normally I'm like a chips person, right? But I noticed that as I'm making sure that every single day I'm drinking my Soleil, which is a specific Himalayan crystal salt solution of a certain percentage of salt, and I'm putting that in 8 ounces of water each morning, wow, I really can kind of pass up on the, chocolate croissants or the bread or the whatever else that chips, whatever else I was reaching for. And sometimes us energy healers require the not excess, but extra salt, because it is part of our electrical system, right? So we're doing energy healing. There's a lot of activity, and our tissues can be supported with enough salt. So we've got water, we've got salt. Some people need more magnesium. So I'm not your medical doctor, so you need to use some discernment as to how much magnesium you need. But just so you know, at least 70% of the American population is low on magnesium. A lot of the magnesium that you take by mouth pretty much gets pooped out. So one of the best ways to get magnesium in your body is to allow your body to absorb it transdermally. That means through the skin. Trans means across, and dermal is skin, so transdermally. Magnesium oil is one way to do it, and I really like magnesium bath flakes in the water. It's like a warmish, not hot, but warm water bath for about 20 to 40 minutes, soaking in there. That's a wonderful way to get your magnesium in, especially if you're using magnesium chloride as opposed to magnesium sulfate. Epsom salts is magnesium sulfate. Magnesium chloride you can buy separately from Ancient Minerals, and that's where I get mine, and it's really high quality magnesium from the Zechstein seabed in, I believe, Germany. So those are some of the physical things that you can do. So water, salts, and magnesium, just to quicken, the detoxification. And if you happen to be a fan of phototherapy patches like I am, you can actually use some of the phototherapy patches on acupuncture points to help with that detoxification. For example, the Aeon patch for stress and inflammation, and the energy enhancer patches over the points of the organs that you use for detoxification, such as liver 3. It's a very, very common point to be used for many, many people. It really helps them. So that's kind of the physical thing. But now let's go ahead and do some TOLPAKAN healing activation. So in this activation, even though we have done that whole imagining, some people still have destabilized energy fields. So what we want to do is we want to cleanse the energy field as best we can. Now this is going to be a general healing, not specific, okay? But maybe you need it, maybe you don't. It's okay if you just say, yes, I'll accept it. If it's for my highest grade, it's good, right? So we're going to go ahead and do a TOLPAKAN healing activation. We'll cleanse the etheric body. Then we'll go ahead and restabilize your resonant energy field. There's a lot that goes into that restabilization. We're not going to go into all that detail, although in a moment I'll be telling you about a workshop that you can participate in, where my mentor Marcus Bird will tell you all the little details about what that actually is and what happens when you restabilize. But we're going to do a general restabilization today. If you'd like to receive, you can go ahead and just make the intention to receive the activation. And the best way to fully receive is to get into the still point or the stillness first. So we're going to do this together. So a lot of beginners, I teach them how to do it through a process I call stillness, through observing internal movement. So what we do is we move first, we move the body, we rub your hands, you can shake your shoulders, do a little African dance, jump up and down if you'd like, and just get the body moving, and then relax. If it's safe for you to do so, you can go ahead and close your eyes, and then focus on the inside of your body below the level of the skin. Feel any movement or energy in the body, and follow where it goes. For example, I figure skated today, so I can kind of feel energy everywhere because it was moving so much. If you can't feel it a lot of places, that is okay. Just focus on where you do feel it. So in that space, we enter the 0 point field through this doorway of being fully present in our bodies. I'm going to go ahead and speak the TOLPAKAN healing activation now. It is now commanded that your etheric field and your auric field be completely cleansed, that anything that is not 100% truth, love, and light be blessed, healed, and it fully be harmonized, the ease, speed, and grace in the highest and best way. I now command that this etheric harmonization and clearing be duplicated in all lives where you exist, past, present, future, dimensional, etc. It is now commanded that your resonant energy field be restabilized to as close to 100% as possible in all timelines where you exist, with ease, speed, and grace in the highest and best way. Thank you. Go ahead and notice how that feels in the body. Just let that settle in. And now command this healing be integrated and grounded with ease, being and grace. For this and all the blessings, we give her thanks and gratitude. So be it, and so it is. You can open your eyes if your eyes are closed. Go ahead and type in the comments below, how did that feel in the body? A lot of times, if you're fully present in the body, you may notice some sort of shift during the activation. So let's do some announcements for this week on Monday's radio show. I have my wonderful mentor, Marcus Bird, sharing his wisdom around dimensional and etheric implants and tags. Yes, it is going to be quite an esoteric discussion around these things. We're going to talk about how he discovered some of these things, and I discovered it kind of separately, and it's so amazing how what each of us were taught were very, very similar. So Marcus learned a lot from highly evolved off-world beings. What I got was direct from source because I was not at least consciously in communication with off-world beings. So we're going to be talking about why implants are there or tags are there, how big they are, can they be seen on x-ray, what kind of symptoms there are, and how to find out if you have a tag, what to do, generally speaking. What if you have a tag or etheric implant? What do you do about it? So we're going to be talking about that. So check out that radio show on Monday, March 13th, I believe it is. Let me just check. Yes, 13th at 12 noon. And we in North America go to daylight savings time, so the time change. So you can check out, one of those time converters online to make sure you don't miss the show. It will be aired, and if you can't make it, you can always click the link and listen to that replay. So that is on Monday at 12 noon Eastern Daylight Time. So some announcements, cool stuff, new stuff. The Light Warrior Training Camp here in the Adirondacks in upstate New York. This is where I live and play. So in the Lake Clear region, Lake Clear, New York, that is where the 5-day in-person immersion is going to be. Yes. So this is the first time that we've done in quite a number of years because of the pandemic, and this is going to be live and in person. It's going to be a 5-day immersion, and the cool thing is at the Lake Clear Lodge, which is owned and operated by my very, very good friend, Kathy Homeyer, and she is a nutritional energetics expert, energy healer, amazing energy healer, sound healer, all sorts of amazing things. So she is also the head chef there. So we are going to be treated really, really well with amazing, nutritious, high vibrational food while we are at the camp. And it starts on Sunday, May 28th with dinner around 5 p.m. and then ends on Friday, June 2nd around 3 p.m. Eastern. So not only do we get to do amazing workshop stuff together, like we get to practice divine muscle testing, both one person and two person, we get to do perception kung fu and the self story and the nirvana of no and the healing by proxy prop and all the weather magic, right? And a sacred lake vortex activation. Woo! Yes, we are going to be wading in the lake in a circle holding hands, doing that activation. It was absolutely stunning and amazing when the last time we were there, as well as the sunsets. The sunsets are incredible there. And it's just nature, right? It's just nature. It's a wonderful place to be. Lots of activities we have planned for you, but also some decent rest time as well. So it's not all going to be workshop stuff. We will have we'll have a movie night, and we'll have like a meet and greet and some music and maybe some sound and vibrational stuff, and optional qigong and yoga in the morning if you'd like to do that. So love to see you in person. So it is, like I said, Sunday, May 28th to Friday, June 2nd. And we have super early bird savings as of this recording. It is going on till March 31st, and it's like 77 or 78% off the 5-day immersion. So normally about $4,999, and for the super early bird, there are 25 spots for the super early bird, and so that is 1,111. You can tell I like angel numbers, so definitely book now. You'll need to register and also book your food and accommodations package with Kathy directly. There are single rooms, shared rooms, and if you want a single room, you'll have to call her So she sets that aside for you. But there's lots of shared rooms, and that's actually really, really fun to be with other like-minded sensitive souls. And the people that stayed together last time, they just absolutely loved it. And we just had a blast together. So I hope to see you there. So other announcements, my colleague and my mentor, Marcus Bird, actually has his 3-hour workshop coming up in the following week. It's going to be Friday, March 24th at 5 p.m. Eastern, called Supercharge Your Healing Abilities. And he's going to be talking about this whole resonant energy field stability, how important that is, what constitutes that, and some of the sacred geometry and just really, really cool stuff. So if you're interested in energy healing, definitely check out that workshop. And it is, pay as you go. I mean, like whatever you like. So it's a sliding scale. And so you can donate whatever amount that you feel works for you, between $1 and $97. So it's a great deal. And I'll put the link near this video. And then remember that we do have coming up the Direct Source Connection Telesummit. So that is ongoing now. And I have, I have a little interview there, and there's some other wonderful interviews about connecting with Source directly. And then something new I want to share with you as a preview for April is that the Energy Healing Leadership Conference is happening April 3rd to 5th. And what's very interesting was I was not really planning to do something else in April. However, I did get a call from one of the leaders there, and I was being awarded something, well, you can call it an innovation award or energy healing award. I believe Dr. Bradley Nelson, who's my colleague, and I love that man, he's being awarded as well. So how could I say no, right? So not only will I receive an award, I will be doing a little speaking gig on multiple timelines. And there's a lot of energy healers out there that have no idea around multiple universes, multiple timelines, and how that practically translates into the healing world. So I'm very happy to share that information with the other energy healers among the world. And you don't have to be an energy healer to, come to the event, of course, but would love for you to be there. What's really exciting is that we have some scientists who are going to be sharing their wisdom and what they have learned in energy healing. So some of the science. We're also going to look at some of the regulatory things happening around the world as well. We'll have some speakers around the regulations, what's going on. So it's really important for us to be abreast of that kind of information, as well as, there's going to be some people there that are experts at marketing. So if you have an energy healing business, you may want to be part of that conference to get that advice through those speakers of how to do marketing for your energy healing practice. So lots of really, really great stuff at the Energy Healing Leadership Conference. So I hope you join me there. I'll put that link near this video. So yeah, that's it for this week's Spiritual Medicine Digest. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to chatting with you next week. And please, please, please go ahead and comment below. Let me know what your big ahas were. Let me know what it felt like in your body for the direct, the directive, the TOLPAKAN Healing Directive and Healing. And remember to subscribe to the video and share this video and give it a thumbs up if you liked it. All right, we'll see you next week. Bye for now.